Ladies and gentlemen, it's 5:30 in the morning. You know what they say, the early bird catches the worm. And today, we got no time to screw around because we have to be on site in less than an hour because we've got a crane scheduled, electrician scheduled, the crew scheduled, and a 5-ton rooftop unit that has to come off the top of this building. And let me tell you something, folks. The crane don't stop because we're not ready. Today, we're heading over to Inwood, New York. We're gonna be decommissioning an old Rheem 5-ton gas package rooftop unit, ripping it off the roof and replacing it with something we've never installed before. A 5-ton ACiQ package rooftop unit. This is going to be our very first one. So grab the coffee. We're going to head and load the trucks and let's get moving. Because when that crane shows up, we better be ready. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Today, we're in Inwood, New York, on top of a commercial rooftop building for something we've never done before. Before us, we got a Rheem commercial packaged gas-fired 5-ton rooftop unit. And today, this thing is coming off the roof. We got a crane coming in less than 45 minutes. We got our licensed electrician coming in. We got the pipe doctor home services team, which is Daniel, Derek, and myself. And we're going to completely decommission this system, disconnect the electrical, disconnect the gas, separate it from the existing ductwork and the curb, rig it, and fly it right off this building. Now, I tasked my handler, Penny, who then reached out to the owner, Kevin, at ACiQ. I said, guys, I got this Rheem 5-ton R410A system. It's got a microchannel coil leak. What do you got that I can put in?
I got you.
Well, you're gonna have to put in a curb adapter.
Precision duct, we got you.
I'm like, all right. Is it gonna look like this one right here, where they actually changed the orientation and rotated the entire unit 90 degrees? Right? Or is it gonna look like that one? Where, folks, no, it's not lopsided. That's the condensate drain. But if you take a look, you see that, right? Damn, it better not look like that.
Mikey, got you.
So we're gonna soon find out whether or not we good. And if we ain't, I'm gonna document it for every single one of you. And hopefully the video don't go viral, but if it does, oh well, but I'm optimistic. Because ACiQ is changing the way America heats and cools. All right, we got the young HVAC goat manning the electrical. He's already got the line voltage. This is 3-phase, folks. He's got the line voltage disconnected. He's making note of the low voltage connections. Make sure we put back what needs to go. Our electrician will take care of phase rotation, so I'm not worried about that. The one thing I didn't consider, surge protection. Daniel, what's your thoughts on surge protection with the new rooftop unit?
Is it inverted?
No, not that I'm aware of. But it's still a good, it's a small insurance policy. Yeah. Guys, what's the cost of a surge protector that you, oh, but this is 3-phase. Oh, shucks. Well, but there's our microchannel coil. Look at it. Look at that. Oh yeah, that looks good. I wonder if a thermal imaging camera can pick up the temperature.
I didn't see it.
Does it? Oh, shucks.
But the evaporator is also microchannel, so we can evaporate it too.
It could be, yeah. Let's see how we can unbolt this.
Right in this corner.
Oh man. Relax, it's a Rheem though, folks, huh? Microchannel coils. Damn, okay, let's remove the electrical from this top right corner. Okie dokie. All right, so the curb adapter was not shipped with that piece. So ACiQ shipped it to us, UPS, and here it is. Some kind of plate. Yep. Now, one of the great things about being aligned with ACiQ is that they also custom fabricate anything with metal, from emergency drain pans to curb adapters, I believe spiral duct work, office wall partitions, all that crazy stuff. So that's a piece that goes on top of the curb adapter to block off one of the sections. So this is what the curb adapter is going to look like. So there's a front view, a right side view, and why do I guess it looks like we're changing orientation of the unit. You know what's cool? LFG rigging. Let's fucking go rigging. There's the rigger. Unit will be here momentarily. There it is, folks. You've seen it here first on Pipe Doctor Mikey Pipes YouTube. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button, because there it is for the first time in public. An ACiQ commercial rooftop unit. You know, that other unit looks like a Daikin. Yeah. But our unit is on the left with the curb adapter on top. Right now, LFG Rigging is positioning the flatbed truck containing our rooftop unit into the side parking lot right here. It is 10 minutes to 7 here in the great state of New York. This unit shipped last week from Vandalia, Ohio, hot-shotted straight to us, and arrived at our rigger in Patchogue on Long Island. And the install was today because that was what the schedule permitted between LFG and us. Stick around, guys. Smash that thumbs up button. Hit that notification bell to get post notifications when I drop a video, which is almost every single day. Appreciate you. Yeah, let's figure out how old this unit is. Let's chat GPT is this. Good old chat.
October 2014.
Yeah, October 2014. So it's 12 years old.
Was it 2012?
2014.
2014?
Yeah, November 2014.
11 years, 10 months.
Wow. Gotta love chat GPT. Oh, there she is, folks. There she is. Unmasked for the first time. Wow, she's beautiful. All right, so we got the riggers hooking up the curb adapter. They're gonna bring it up here, take that unit off. I'm very excited. There's the curb adapter. Touchdown. All right, folks. It's 10 minutes after 7. We're slowly lifting up. Guys, watch out.
Yeah, I haven't hit anybody in a good week.
7 days injury free. Let's knock on wood. Okay, we're clear. All right, the curb adapter is in place. Wire cut. The insulation. Yeah, because it's insulated there. Electrician should be here in about 40 minutes to get our line voltage in place. We got to do some gas work to connect. All right, not too shabby. Not too shabby. We took that 3/4 by 1/2 inch T, drip leg, elbow, and the union piece off of the old rooftop unit. We're going to spin that on there, and then I'm going to take a couple measurements here and thread some pipe. Yeah, maybe hold back on that a little bit. Derek, I got my finger in the dike. Never heard that expression before? No? The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell, hi-oh, Ontario, the farmer in the dell. The finger in the dike, the finger in the dike.
What does that mean?
You put your finger in a dike. A dike is like a levee or a dam, right? So imagine you have a leak in your levee or dam. 3, 2, 1, go. I am going to be crucified. Well, actually, I'm going to say you did it.
The gas is off.
Yeah, the gas is off, correct. All right, guys, I got a few 3/4 inch galvanized nipples. I got some fittings. Let's go back up on the roof, get the gas done, pressurize everything. Electrician just arrived while I was gone threading the pipe. I'm trying to maintain 3 points of contact on this ladder, holding everything, and now we're good. See, pull like 1, 2, 3. We're all holding something. Guy is here. Our master electrician. Love Guy. Always on time, and he's a good guy. No pun intended. Guy, how do you figure out like phase rotation when you have 3 phase like this? Is it trial and error, or is you know which one goes where?
A lot of times it's trial and error because the wires are all mixed up, but it's A, B, C. So on the breaker, if you go from the top, it's always like the first breaker, A, B, C, then it repeats. A, B, C.
Gotcha.
So,
So A should be black, B should be red, and C should be blue.
yeah, I mean,
But it's also trial and error.
yeah, I mean, sometimes they put a white, you know, it just,
Yeah, I hear you.
It doesn't matter.
And how do you know if the compressor's running in reverse?
When you put on the air conditioner,
It blows out heat?
that thing's gonna be,
Oh, blowing down.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I appreciate the clarification. Hold back with the bigger wrench, right? There you go. And bring that up closer. There you go. And now, using leverage of the larger wrench on the pipe that you're holding back, you'll be able to tighten up that elbow. You tightened up this already?
Yes.
Perfect. Practice makes perfect, Derek. You didn't have your Wheaties this morning, I could tell. Use leverage to your advantage, which means the closer you make these together and your arm is, there you go. Damn. You know, fortunately, this is the only job we're doing today. Now, I know, folks, technically he should be using a pipe wrench and not a pair of channel locks. That may be part of the struggle, but the struggle is real, ladies and gentlemen. The struggle is real. We've all been there, done that. And why go to the truck if that big, giant channel lock or pump pliers, water pump pliers will work? Line that up, baby. Once you get close enough, we'll be able to put the pipe in and go that way with it. Okay, get some dope on this bad boy.
At least
Oh my
it's
God,
tight.
Derek, you're schwitzing like a momser. You know what the momser is?
No.
In church. Okay. All right, so we have a new union there because we touched it, we're going to replace it. So where this was not touched, so we can keep that. We touched the union, so I'm replacing that, and all these other fittings we replaced. The gas cock got relocated over there. It's just easier for us doing it that way. It's still accessible within the equipment that anyone would be servicing in the future. You know what they're saying right now?
Pull back.
I know. Okay. Now.
There. Take the bolt off the clamp.
Mikey Pipes should be wearing gloves. Why aren't you wearing gloves? Cool. So what's very interesting about this ACiQ 5-ton gas package rooftop unit, it's actually a carrier in disguise. Look at it. It's a carrier in disguise. And it's made by the same people who make carrier. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But guess what? We're able to buy direct from ACiQ as an ACiQ dealer, cutting out the middlemen. So cutting out the distributor, the local sales rep, all that crazy nonsense, the guy at the counter, you're cutting all that out when you buy direct with ACiQ. Amazing. Why would I buy a carrier, pay for the name, when I can just take this sticker, throw it on here, and save the client thousands of dollars? What are you doing? What are you waiting for? If you're a licensed HVAC contractor in the United States, you need to go to ACiQ.com/Mikey Pipes and sign up to become a dealer today. And guess what? When you place that first order and you mention my name, you're gonna get a crazy bonus. A crazy bonus! I'm gonna get a giant attaboy, and you're gonna put your own brand on that equipment you're installing in your client's location. What are you waiting for? Go to ACiQ.com/Mikey Pipes. And yes, I know this sounds like one big giant infomercial, but I am absolutely in love with ACiQ. In love! Ah! There it is. Bow! Woo! That's sexy. Mwah! Ooh, I love it. This really looks sexy, by the way. Which panel?
This one.
Do I think you should screw it? Screw it down from the side. I wouldn't screw it down from the top. I would screw it down from the side.
Grab the long plastic screws.
Yeah, because from the top, you know, eventually water will get through it. Even if you put a little tar on top of it.
An Allen key.
Yeah, we got Allen keys. We got the disconnect right there. Beautiful. Looking great. Beautiful. Oh my God, this thing is so sexy, by the way. It is fantastic. And it's got this patented technology called X-Vane on the fan. Oh, I love it. So this unit features patented X-Vane fan technology. And this is the indoor supply or the blower fan technology that's in this rooftop unit, not the condenser fan. The interesting part about this blower, instead of a traditional belt-driven squirrel cage blower with pulleys and belts, the X-Vane system uses beltless, direct drive, vane axial fan connected to an ECM variable speed motor. If you were to open up the blower compartment, you're going to see something that looks much more like a large axial propeller style fan assembly than you would a traditional blower. The advantages are pretty significant. No belts to stretch or replace, no pulleys to align, no sheave adjustment. And the airflow is adjusted electronically through the ECM control board. The motor can ramp up rather than instantly slam to full speed, which reduces startup noise. There it is, folks. There's that X-Vane, patented to ICP. Without the price tag, because we buy it as ACiQ. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Folks, embrace technology or get left behind. What are you waiting for? Huh. Do you ever use a step bit instead of that?
No,
No?
The edges, sometimes with wiring, even though it's covered, but I don't like the edges.
Gotcha.
If you go, it's like the first part is thicker, and then the window.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, cool. No, I just like to get other people's perspective on things.
Yeah.
Or like the knockout punch.
You
have one of those?
Yeah. Well, I used to. Now I just have a couple. I use the drills now.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
You know, the other day we did that two-zone, you did the electric for that two-zone ductless system that we installed in Queens.
Yeah.
Right? So, believe it or not, you know, the comments on the video were the whip. right? Dangling over the gutter. But guess what? The lady left me a 4-star review instead of a 5-star review because of the way the drain hose just dangled to the ground.
Oh.
I'm like, you kidding me? So Daniel, you're gonna go there soon, whenever you want, and just, I don't know, make it look more official. She actually left a 4-star review, not about the whip, right, dangling over the gutter, but about the drain hose, how it points to the ground. I thought that was fine, but it goes to show you can never please them all. But we're gonna make it right. If she's upset about that and took away a one star out of 5 on the review she gave me, we're gonna make that right. See, there's the review.
Oh, no, but it is about the whip.
Is it about the whip?
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll tell her to remove the gutter.
Oh, the tubes around the gutter. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go there and drill a hole and secure it. There's no other way around that, right?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Go through the house?
Yeah. I don't know. I thought she was playing with the drain hose. I think she edited her review.
What are you doing, Derek?
I'm trying to see the review.
Oh, it sucks.
Daniel Campbell is the best.
I'm gonna have to call her and make her happy. So the job, or the scope of the job as I discussed it the day I provided the quote, was that outlet, that 240 volt outlet that supplied that wall unit, right? Our electrician, right there, was gonna come, make that box a junction box with a blank plate on it, drill out the back of it, and opposite that would be our disconnect panel, right, on that outside, on that side wall. And then from there, we would run a whip, electrical whip, to the outdoor unit, which is what we did. Exactly how we did it there, but she doesn't like it. So now I got to call her and somehow turn that 4-star review into a 5-star review. At the same time, conquer the Google reviews that people are going to give me right now because they hate me. Right? It happens. So many haters. So many haters. You know, like, I do my best to pull people up that are like climbing the ladder, but there are people that want to pull you down below them because they're just scumbags like that. But it's okay. So I just sent a video clip to Chaz over at ACiQ. He is the vice president of sales at ACiQ, of me kissing the ACiQ, like I got an ACiQ fetish. And some of you may have some questions. And this little video clip of Chaz answering some frequently asked questions hopefully will settle some questions that you had with some great, phenomenal answers right from the horse's mouth. And by the way, Chaz, amazing guy. He is a U.S. military veteran. We thank you for his service.
Hey everyone, I'm Chaz, Vice President of Sales with ACiQ. I'm really excited to introduce you to our flagship product because this unit right here is changing what we thought was possible with air conditioning and heat pump equipment. But instead of giving you a bunch of technical jargon, let me answer the questions that we hear every day from ACiQ customers. Can I use it with my existing gas furnace? Yes. Can it cool when it's 120 degrees outside? Yes. Can it still produce heat when it's negative 22? Yes. And not that lukewarm air people associate with old heat pumps. We're talking 100-degree heat. Can I keep my Nest or Ecobee thermostat? Yes. Can the outdoor unit clean itself? Yes. And honestly, my favorite question, can I stand right beside it and have a conversation with my neighbor? Will you tell me? The system's been running the entire time I've been talking. This variable speed system is redefining the backyard while potentially lowering utility costs by up to 30%. And we designed it to be incredibly flexible. It can work with virtually any brand of gas furnace, electric air handler, or A-coil, although you do get the best performance with a completely matched ACiQ system. Best part is, there's no complicated proprietary communicating thermostat required. It can operate using standard 24-volt wiring or simple 2-wire configuration. And here's what really separates it. This unit can adapt to the home it's connected to. It monitors conditions at the indoor coil and can automatically speed itself up or slow itself down. Dirty filter? Poor ductwork, restricted airflow? Instead of blindly running until the coil freezes, this system can recognize changing conditions and adjust its operation to help protect itself to keep performing. Extreme heat, extreme cold, quiet operation, flexible installation, intelligent variable speed technology. But at ACiQ, most importantly, we believe technology like this shouldn't be reserved for people who can afford the most expensive HVAC system on the market. Our mission is simple: make inverter technology affordable, accessible to everyone. Better comfort, better efficiency, smarter technology without the premium price tag, and that's ACiQ.
So the reason why ACiQ can make their own curb adapter is because, and I'm going to say this on video. So Kevin Brock is the owner of ACiQ. He's also what we call a serial entrepreneur. So he also owns a company called Brock Air Products and another company called Precision, I forgot what it's called. It's Precision, like laser cutting, whatever it's called. But I've seen the metal fabrication shop. It is insane. It's like 3 or 4 buildings in downtown Dayton, Ohio, with like massive amount of people there working, like all sheet metal workers, and they build stuff like this. So that curb adapter that you see right here was expedited because when I first placed the order for the unit, they told me 3 to 4 weeks. But of course, since I am the ACiQ brand ambassador, it's not 3 to 4 weeks, it's 3 to 4 hours. And they forgot to ship that piece with the curb adapter, so they overnighted it. Now, will you normally wait 3 to 4 weeks? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but usually about a week, week and a half, they try to get the orders out quicker because, listen, it's still a family company, and they actually genuinely care about what they're doing, and they love their profession, you know. And you see that because that's from the top down. Everyone along the way acts the same way. It's crazy. And Kevin always got a smile on his face. It's amazing. He's always so happy. Even when he's mad, I think he's happy. Daniel's curious. He wants to see what this motor looks like. Then you're gonna have to twist it out. Don't you break anything. Wow, it's a giant motor.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow, that is a tremendous ECM motor. Is there a rating number on it that we can get somewhere? The rating plate? Not just that sticker. Where is it? Oh, you're unplugging the thing. Yeah, let's take that out and take a look at this X-Vane technology. Proprietary to this ICP. Rebranded from Carrier to final its destination of an ACiQ. At definitely not at Carrier pricing, that's for sure. Okay. Wow. That. Oh, it's. Let's see what that bad boy looks like. Ooh, there it is. Wow. So we have a made in Germany.
it's pretty
Huh. No effing way. 2390 RPM. 8.55 amps at 1285 watts. Wow. I wonder, folks, is it UL listed? Wow. And how heavy do you think that thing is?
25 pounds.
25 pounds, like a bag of dog food. Wow. But made in Germany. Crazy. Now, I know what you folks are thinking. Mikey Pipes, when that ECM motor takes a shit, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call my dedicated tech support rep, being a gold level ACiQ dealer, and they'll overnight me a new motor. What would you do if it was a commercial rooftop unit? You're gonna drive all the way to Johnstone 5 hours round trip after spending 2 hours in line at the counter? No. Listen, shit happens. Anything man-made is subject to failure at any given time. It's not all about how phenomenal the product is. It's about the support after the installation or after the sale. And that's why my business, Pipe Doctor Home Services, has aligned with ACiQ. All right, now you got the joy of putting it back in. I think you're not at the right location. No, you gotta go the way around because that sensor was here. So you gotta rotate it. There you go. Somewhere there. That's gonna slide in there. That little piece in the back. You'll push it in and voila. I wanna see the compressor. There it is. Copeland scroll compressor. Very nice. Yeah, beautiful. You know what? I don't got to worry about a microchannel coil leaking out in, 6 months or 6 years or 12 years. We got a beautiful Copeland scroll compressor here. A real coil. We have our low pressure switch, our high pressure switch, multiple service ports to hook up our gauges to. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You could put like the probes on without worrying about hitting.
Yeah, without worrying about hitting the fan. I'm scared to death when I have to go into a compressor compartment and the fan is running, right? Or it's about to turn on because you didn't turn the power off. I'm scared to death. Like literally, take off your arm. Thing spinning at like 1200 RPMs or whatever, 1050 RPMs. That thing freaking like Final Destination type, shit going on. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Have you watched Final Destination?
Yeah,
I know you have.
Actually sent me a video recently. Somebody sucked their hand and then got hit by the condenser fan.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I don't want to see it. I can't. Yeah, I can, but I can't.
Was it?
Oh, you know what? Let's call back Daniel. Call Daniel. Tell him to go to the thermostat. No, yeah, just call him though. Oh, we have blower. The blower's running.
What do you want Daniel to do? Go to the thermostat?
Go to the thermostat, yeah.
With the fan kicks in after.
Well, I don't know. First,
Nothing.
well, the blower's on. So there may be a sequence of operation where the blower kicks on when power is restored to the system, like as a safety. Let's say there's some gas built up or whatever. To the accounting office. Thermostat room, yeah. So here is our ignition control system. We have a contactor for probably the compressor, I'm gonna guess. Or it could be a condenser fan motor. That's an ECM motor. We have a capacitor for our condenser fan motor. Transformer. And here is the control module for everything. We have low pressure switch connections, high pressure switch connections. We have connections, remote shutdown, phase monitors, our 24-volt connections there, occupancy bypass, and also, does that say DDC T-stat? So I had the property owner remotely go to the thermostat, and the fan was set to on, so we put that on auto, and we have cool to a lower temperature. The ambient temperature is 72, is reading 72. Set to 72, we were lowered to 70, and now we wait. Up in the right direction? Does it feel hot? Not yet?
Is that what you're waiting for?
A little hot air being, just feels like ambient.
It's like,
I think it's running in reverse.
it doesn't sound right.
Doesn't sound normal, right, the compressor? Should we turn it off and check? How do we check? Disconnect Y. No, too late.
All right.
There we go. Is this charging warmer air now already?
But yeah.
Yeah. So folks, we had to reverse these two lines, L1 and, oh, yeah, be careful when you do that, Daniel. Come on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here she is. Beautiful. And it's 5 minutes after 9. Not too shabby. All right. Waiting for time delay, but job is complete. Derek, what time is it?
9:52.
9:52, and we're all having breakfast. The job is done. We got Daniel, Derek, we got Guy. He's a good guy. So if you need a great electrician, reach out to Guy because he'll hook you up. But last but not least, guys, this is absolutely the best. Ice cold cotton face cloth. And then you wipe your arms off with it. You don't do your hands and then your arms and then your face. You don't want cocky on your face. Derek. I'll put a link in the description box down below. They look like little feminine hygiene products, right? But they're not. They're moist, individually wrapped cotton towels in citrus scent. They also have it in lavender. Amazon links in the description box down below. Full disclosure, if you buy, make a purchase, I get 1.5% as a commission. Thanks for watching.